with your host, Caitlin Wolfram.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Wolfgram, and welcome to In the Spotlight. I'm your host today. Today I'm interviewing Marco Mancini, the Vice President of Student Life here at Benedictine. How are you doing today?
Doing very well. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Absolutely. I just want to talk about, really quick, your important role here at Benedictine.
Well, one of the things that I incorporate is many of my staff members that are in athletics, student activities, our bookstore, food services, in the counseling department. And those staff members assist many of our students on campus.
Oh, absolutely. I know recently I went to a group meeting after the election. It was really great. But what I really appreciated there was that you made sure that all the students who were talking got a chance to talk and that we ended on time. So can you kind of tell me the importance of group meetings like that for students here?
One of the things was the importance of providing that opportunity for our students to speak up and share their viewpoints, and also dialogue with our faculty and staff and have that opportunity to do so. And given that safe environment and feeling that there's a support system for them.
When you see students kind of talking about their feelings and voicing their concerns and being there for each other, would you say that that's when you feel like you've done your job very successfully?
Definitely, it's one aspect of that. I think I see the growth of the students from as when they come as a freshman all the way till they're seniors, but also seeing the growth of students when they come back as alumni.
Absolutely. Here actually I have some of the values that student life goes by, and there's academic success, career development, spiritual growth, and one of them is balanced living. Mm-hmm. Can you kind of speak about the importance of that?
Yes. We try to encourage our students to look at the broad growth of their development, and we try to look at that they come here for an education, but their education is going to be balanced out in various ways. In the classroom, outside the classroom, also at home, in the communication with their family members, their fellow students, and the faculty and staff. So we try to encourage that balance for them for their own personal growth.
Absolutely. I want to know too, what's your advice for students as kind of the semester is wrapping up? I know finals are coming soon. What's your advice for them?
Well, I'd like to continue the emphasis about balance. Of course, there's going to be focus on their final exams, but we provide many activities outside the classroom, so addressing their stress level, so there'll be programs within the health services, counseling services, and residence life, and community programs. So they need to balance themselves out so they're successful within the classroom.
Absolutely, I completely agree with that. And I'm just curious, what's your favorite thing about working here at Benedictine?
My interaction with the students and giving them opportunities that we have for their personal growth. Many of the programs may be in athletics, so they're participating in the sports programs, but also in student clubs and organizations. And then also within campus ministry. So there's a lot of programs of their involvement that I appreciate their involvement, and I enjoy participating with them.
Well, that's great to hear. That's awesome. We're actually going to take a quick break. Thank you for answering those questions. But when we come back, we're going to talk to Mr. Mancini about some things in his personal life, maybe some traveling. Stay tuned. It's going to be a real treat.
Welcome to Ben News for the month of December. I'm Adriana Salcedo.
And I'm Erica Robinson, and here are your stories. With the 2016 presidential election over, the result, Donald Trump, as the new president, has been shocking to some people. Concern has swept the nation for people across the country in regards to immigration and the treatment of people in different cultures. President-elect Trump has made some controversial statements concerning African Americans, Muslims, Hispanics, and women. In an effort to stand in solidarity with those who are frightened and feel threatened by the statements President-elect Trump has recently made, Benedictine students organized a walkout on November 19th to stand together and support each other. Eye of the Eagle's Caitlin Wolfgram was there to speak with the leader of the walkout.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Wolfgram for Eye of the Eagle, and I'm here with Yolanda today. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good. Yolanda is the president of the Black Student Union here on campus at Benedictine, and today there's going to be a walkout. So can you kind of talk to me about that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. So basically, it's a movement to protect undocumented immigrants as well as LGBT, Muslim, and Black students on campus. It's basically just to band us all together to show the university that this is something that we take very seriously, and we want them to also take it seriously. It's a nationwide walkout. It's going to be happening at 80 different universities and colleges around the United States.
Oh, that's really awesome. Can you kind of talk to me about how important this is for right now, especially after the election?
So right now, this is a very scary time for all the minorities around the United States. And so basically what's happening is that people feel as though they're not cared for when it comes to the president with all of his antics and things like that he's been saying about Muslim students and LGBT and stuff of that nature. And so we just want to show them that, like, we care about you. We know that you're here. Your lives matter to us, and we want to prove that and not just say it by having the protest.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. And then I think my last question here is, do you think stuff like this should have happened before Trump was elected, or do you think it's more important now?
I feel like it's something that should have been done before he was president. However, this is beginning to escalate, which for that matter we want to come together and protest for it, because we want to show that right now we won't stand for it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for answering questions. That's all we have. Thank you.
On Monday, November 21st, journalist and analyst Mahir Zeynalov talked to the Benedictine community in the Goodwin presentation room about the massive crackdown happening in Turkey. Mahir expressed the threats that he experienced as a Turkish journalist and how this crackdown has affected his family, friends, and country. There were refreshments before and after the event. Erica Robinson talked with Mahir about the future status of Turkey.
Hi, this is Erica Robinson with Eye of the Eagle, and I'm here with Mahir Zeynalov. So your talk was very interesting, and it was very nice, and you explained a lot of things. Some things that you touched on was how 120,000 people have been purged and 80,000 people have been jailed. Do you have any hope for your country?
Well, at the moment, there's no reason to be hopeful about Turkey, because every science just points to a direction that the Turkey is being pushed to the edge. When I look at the security situation, we had more than 15 bombing attacks, which is unprecedented in Turkish history. The economy, there's an economic meltdown going on in Turkey, and the local currency is struggling against this strengthening foreign currency. And there's war going on in the southwestern Turkey against Kurds, and Turkey is also with the United States battling against ISIS militants in northern Syria and Iraq. So when you consider these factors, along with tens of thousands of people being thrown into jail, I don't see any reason why I should be hopeful for the future of the country. But I think there are two factors that keep this government afloat, and one of them is economic, and another is political stability. And these are, reinforcing processes each other. So I think, as people is going to feel the economic hit, and as the government is not being able to put a lot of money in their pockets, I think that they're going to vent their anger against the government. But we're talking about a very populist government that's tapping into the anger of large masses and consolidating their own power. And again, in the near future, I don't see any reason to be optimistic about the future of this country.
And one last question. You talked a lot about a coup. Can you explain more in depth what a coup actually is?
What we saw on July 15 did not really resemble to a coup. This is not how you do coups. And Turkish military is not bad at that. We have been doing this, in every decade. The coup 101 requires you to arrest politicians, cut off the internet, and darken the media so that you control the narrative, control the message. And you do it 5 in the morning so that you can effectively impose curfew. And then it's also, you have to make sure that the entire military is backing you. And as the Turkish army announced, as if 1.5% of the Turkish military involved, which is a suicide mission basically. and most of them are in jail. They're being tortured, and there are lots of confessions around, and we don't know how authentic they are. So when you look at what happened on July 15, was resembled more like chaos and terror rather than a coup attempt. This is not how coups are being staged. So what I think happened is there was a real coup attempt been going on. The planning was going on for weeks, and Erdogan, through different political maneuvering, including the role of Russia, actually, they undermined the upcoming coup attempt. And as the plans were shelved because one pro-Russian group within the military withdrew their support, and it fell apart. And but it's actually Erdogan did not effectively prevent the coup. He just delayed it. So he really wanted to crack down on the military, and to have that domestic popularity, international sympathy. So what he did, he let one faction in the military to move forward, so that there's a chaos in the streets. So he will have, in his own words, a gift from God to cleanse the army. And I think that's what happened on July 15. And I think he has to face the trial for causing so many deaths on that night.
Well, I want to thank you, Mahir, for educating us on Turkey. And this is Erica with Eye of the Eagle. On Thursday, November 17th, Programming Board held an event in Kolben. Bottle and Bottega consists of a bottle of wine and art entertainment brought together. Programming Board puts together educational and entertaining events like this for students to become socially involved on campus as well as relieve stress. Programming Board member Anna Benedictine sophomore was interviewed by Adriana Salcedo regarding the Bottle and Bottega Art Uncorked event and the upcoming events we can expect to see here on campus.
Hi, I'm Adriana Salcedo with Eye of the Eagle, here with Nicole Finley. She's a member of the Programming Board, and she's also a sophomore here at Benedictine. Nicole, can you tell us a little bit about Programming Board?
Yeah, so Programming Board is one of our clubs at Benedictine. So what we do is host events. So we do like the spring ball, we have homecoming. We also do like tie-dyeing shirts for those homecoming and spring ball weeks. We also host events, so you're able to like do the painting night like what we did tonight, as well as other events, just kind of like earning prizes and just kind of having fun.
Awesome. So how can people become involved with Programming Board? How can they join?
So really, we have club meetings every Tuesday, and really we just talk about events and things that we want to happen on campus.
What day do the clubs take place?
The meetings? Yeah. They happen at Tuesday at 12:20 to 1:20.
Okay. So today was the Bottle and Bodega. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened today?
Yeah. So we came and we painted basically. So they have an instructor, and they basically kind of walk us through how to paint the image that they give us, and you're able to kind of just do what you want. Like you could freely go with it, and you don't exactly have to go off the picture if you don't want to, and they're helpful. They give you tips, and it's really fun and relaxing and definitely stress relieving.
Definitely, it was really stress relieving. So would you say that it's like an activity that all students can get involved if they're trying to relieve some stress?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, unfortunately, we do have to like cap it at like a certain limit, but it's definitely a nice like tie at the end of the week that we have to kind of paint and relax and just kind of have a stress-free night before the weekend.
Definitely, I agree. So does the club usually put on events like this? Will we be seeing more events like this throughout the year?
Yeah, so we have events. We try to do one every week. And so Bottle and Bottega, this is actually their second time here this semester, and we're going to try to have them every month.
That would be awesome. Well, I'm Adriana with Eye of the Eagle signing off here with Nicole Finley. It was great talking to you. Thank you.
On Sunday, November 6th, Dr. Coral Carlson gave a lecture at the Benedictine Art Gallery that focused on the historical significance of Japanese ceramics. Carlson discussed the styles and techniques used by Japanese potters. She went in depth about the hidden meaning behind each elegant work of art.
Last month, Benedictine University basketball team kicked off their season at the 2016 Night at the Nest. The event was held in the Dan and Ada Rice Center. All faculty, staff, and students were invited for the festivities. Activities including meeting the team, performances from the cheerleading and dance teams, a dunk contest, 3-point contest, and a student athlete contest. Eye of the Eagle's Molly Morley talked with Marquis Dixon, the three-point shot contestant.
Reporting for Eye of the Eagle, my name is Molly Morley, and today I'm here interviewing Marquis Dixon. Marquis, how did you get chosen to do the half-court shot?
So what happened was that my friend, she won the raffle, but she didn't want to take the shot. She gave me her ticket, and then I took the shot for her. And then after that, I just went up and took the shot.
That's very interesting. Did you have time to prepare for the shot, or do you have basketball experience at all?
Yeah, I have a little bit of experience. I played in elementary school, but other than that, I haven't played basketball all semester because I've been studying.
Well, overall, what was your favorite part of Night at the Nest?
My favorite part was probably the scrimmage. I love the scrimmage. I got to see the guys play before the season started, so it was a good night.
Well, thank you for letting me interview you today. Reporting for Eye of the Eagle, I'm Molly Morley.
The concert band rang in the end of the semester with their performance in Goodwin on November 16th at 7 p.m. The concert band is the first of many musical performances the music department at Benedictine will be putting on over the course of the next month. The band has rehearsed all semester and had a concert of 5 songs that lasted just under an hour and showcased their talents and what they had learned over the course of the semester. Covering the concert was Marlo Loudon, who was able to speak to the band's conductor.
Hi, I'm Marlo Loudon, and I am with Eye of the Eagle. And tonight we are here in the Goodwin Auditorium, where the concert band has just finished its concert. I am here with the concert band conductor, and you are?
Legutki.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, too.
So tell me, this performance tonight, how long have you guys been rehearsing for this concert?
Well, we typically have 2 concerts per semester, and this is the second half of the semester kind of culmination concert. So we rehearse about 7 weeks, and it's 3 times a week for an hour and 15 minutes, so about 26, 27 hours.
Yeah. I was in an orchestra growing up myself, so I know how much practice goes into performances. Yeah, people underestimate it. So what other events do you guys have going on the rest of the semester? We're kind of wrapping it up, but we do have the holidays coming up, so do you guys have anything planned for the holiday season? Or?
Sure. We have a December 7th concert, which is our department Christmas concert, so we will be performing with the jazz band, the choirs, and we'll be doing a sing-along and some things like that. So an exciting event, 7 o'clock on December 7th, right here in Goodwin Auditorium.
That's very good. Everything's so local, so that's very easy to get to. And the music program, it goes all year round. That's so right. What do you guys have planned for the spring semester? What do we have to look forward to then?
So for the spring semester, we have a lot of concerts. So the concert band will have 2 regular concerts. The concert choir will also have 2 concerts. We have a string orchestra that recently started up. So if students wanted to become involved in that too, they can be a part of that and perform with them. Also, the jazz band will have 2 concerts. So we have quite the lineup coming up in spring as well.
Looks like it's a lot to look forward to. So if anyone was interested in joining these concert bands or choir or anything, where would they go? Who would they talk to? How could someone get involved in this?
Sure. So certainly if a student knew any of the directors, they could talk to them, but probably the most direct route would be to talk to Dr. Luis Lubriel, who's our department chair in the Department of Music, and he can get people set up with PIN numbers or auditions, or a lot of times there are placement hearings where people come in and just kind of play their instruments, so we know where to place people, and in the case of the choir, which choir they would be in, that sort of thing.
Awesome. Sounds like a good process. Pretty typical. But
straightforward.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me tonight. The music was lovely, and it was a great time. I'm Marla with Eye of the Eagle, and we are signing off from this segment.
On Friday, November 18th, Benedictine's International Programs and Services hosted an international movie night. The film feature was called Young Detective D, Rise of the Sea Dragon. The Chinese production followed Detective D as he tries to solve a mystery in the imperial capital. The movie night was the last event of International Week, which included a calligraphy event, a game night, a taste of the world, and an international student panel. Eye of the Eagle's Genevieve Murray got a chance to speak with Xincheng Zhou at the event about the movie and International Week as a whole.
Hi, I'm Genevieve Murray here with Xincheng Zhou. We just got done with the International Movie Night. So we just finished Young Detective D, Rise of the Sea Dragon. Is it a very popular movie in China?
Yes, it was a very popular movie in China.
Okay, and so this was the last event to wrap up International Week. How do you think it went? Was it a success?
I think it's a successful ending for the whole International Week.
Okay, and what was your favorite event of the week?
Of course, the Taste of World, and there were many delicious food from different countries. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, can't go wrong with food. So, for those who don't know, what is the purpose of International Week?
I think the purpose of International Week is a chance for students in Benedictine University to know the culture in different countries, and international students can also show their culture and their history of their country to American students.
All right, well, glad it went well. This has been Genevieve Murray with Xincheng Zhou for Eye of the Eagle. Thank you.
Each year, the Thursday before Thanksgiving, Benedictine University hosts their annual Thanksgiving dinner. On November 17th, in our Kraza dining hall, the school hosted a Thanksgiving dinner for students, their families, faculty staff, and the Benedictine community. The upstairs of Kraza was set up with family-style tables. There were colorful napkins for each table. In the middle of the aisles, there were 2 tables set up with food on each side. Some of the food included rolls, turkey and ham, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, pies, and much more. More food came while people were still coming in. Eye of the Eagle's Autumn Grady spoke with Senator and freshman Jillian Hoffman, asking her what her plans were for Thanksgiving.
Hi, this is Autumn Grady from Eye of the Eagle. I'm here with Jillian Hoffman, freshman. What are you thankful for?
Autumn, I am thankful for my friends, my family, and food.
Good, I am too. What's one thing you do for Thanksgiving?
One thing that I do for Thanksgiving is eat a lot of food, for one, and spend a lot of time with my family and friends.
And the last question is, what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
My favorite Thanksgiving dish would have to be mashed potatoes and gravy.
Oh yeah, I like that too.
Yep.
Hey, this is Autumn Grady from Eye of the Eagle. Thank you again, Jillian.
Yes.
This has been Ben News, and I'm Adriana Salcedo.
I'm Erica Robinson, and next we have Molly Morley with the sports. So Molly, I hear that men's basketball is off to a rough start this year.
Yes, Erica, they haven't started out the way they've wanted to so far this season. They've lost their first conference match since January of 2015. We'll be back with this story and more coming up soon. Reporting for Eye of the Eagle, I'm Molly Morley, and these are the top sports stories. The men's basketball team dropped their second straight game against North Central College. The 6th-ranked Eagles are coming off of a 31-1 season that ended in heartbreaking loss in the NCAA Division III championship. Benedictine was behind for most of the game, but rallied back at the end. Unfortunately, it was a little too late. This was the first time the Eagles have lost 2 games in a row since January of 2015. With this loss, the team is now 1-2 in the season. Tahron Harvey, who tailed 12 points and 8 rebounds on the contest, spoke with Eye of the Eagle's Michelle Riley about the future of this team.
Hello, I'm Michelle Riley here reporting for Eye of the Eagle after the men's basketball game with Tahron Harvey, who's the point guard. So Tahron, I wanted to ask you how you feel about the season last year, and how do you guys feel like you have pressure this year coming off of 31-1 season, second in the nation?
No, we don't feel no pressure. It's a new team, so it's new vibes. We just got to get used to it.
And then about you guys lost tonight by 3, you lost Saturday by just 1. What do you guys feel like you need to improve on? Is there any consensus?
We just got to play 40 minutes, hard. 40 minutes, you got to play hard for 40 minutes. You can't just play for 13 minutes. You got to play hard the whole game, and we'll be fine.
And then finally, you guys have some of the most support out here of the fans. The fans come to here most than anything for students. What does that mean for you guys? How do you guys feel about that?
I love it. If it wasn't for the fans, we probably would be, if we down a lot, the fans keep us alive. So I appreciate for all the fans that come out.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you, Tahron, for being here with me. And that's Michelle Riley here for Eye of the Eagle.
The women's volleyball season came to an end recently, finishing the year with a 12-20 record. The volleyball team was eliminated from the NAC tournament by Dominican. The Eagles showed off some exciting play going into the next year. Eye of the Eagle's own Chris Nesbitt talked with graduating senior Molly Morley.
Chris Nesbitt here with Eye of the Eagle. Today I'm here with volleyball star Molly Morley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. So how do you think the season went this year?
Overall, I think the season went really well. We had a lot of ups and downs, but we solidified a spot in the conference tournament.
I like that answer. So what message do you have for the people returning next year to play volleyball?
Just to continue their passion to set high goals and standards, and overall our goal is to win the NAC tournaments and to go back and fight for the championship.
And you're a graduating senior. What are you going to miss most about volleyball?
I'm going to miss just being with my team, the group of girls that I've been with the last 4 years that have had my back on and off the court.
I agree. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Football wrapped up their season on November 12, 2016. They ended their season against Aurora University with a tough loss of 27-28. They finished the season with a record of 6-4 and set several school records this year. 8 players were given all conference honors, 6 made the first team cut, and 2 landed a spot on the second team. Eye of the Eagles' Kara Epping spoke with Danny Drummond about making the first team and his expectations for the offseason.
Reporting for Eye of the Eagle, I'm Kara Epping. Today I'm here with Danny Drummond. Congrats on being named first team all conference. How do you feel about being awarded that?
It's an honor. Very select few players got it, and it's just honoring for me to be a junior and be on the team.
Overall, how do you think the season went?
We had a good season. We played well together. We came together well as a team. It was interesting to see with the new coaching staff how everyone was going to change and adapt, but I definitely see something building here for the future. It was a great year.
With that being said, what are your goals for the off-season?
We've got a lot of work to do this off-season. We fell short on the last game of the season to tie for the conference. Conference championship is something that we kind of expect here, and we've got some more work to do as a team and get ready for next year.
All right, well, thank you for your time. I'm Kara Epping for Eye of the Eagle.
Benedictine cross-country team just wrapped up their season with their regional race on November 12th. Junior Sabina Bukowska answered a question from reporter Jasmine Jones about the team's dynamic this season. Senior Lizzie Daly answered questions from Jasmine about how the season ended and how it feels to finish her last cross-country season.
Hi, this is Eye of the Eagle. You're with Jazzy Jones, here with Lizzie Daly and Sabina Bukowska. So the cross-country season's over. Tell me how it went.
Thought it went really well. We had really great team effort every day in practice, and then that also translated to the races, and just really great energy and desire to run hard, and I don't know, it was really fun.
Great. And what's the team dynamic like?
This year we had a very young group of girls, which was why we had all this energy, and I thought it was great. We had a lot of leaders in the group, so it was good because we all look to each other for help and support. So
Awesome. And Lizzie, it's your last cross-country season. How do you feel about the end of your cross-country career?
Wouldn't say it's over yet. I'm kidding, but clearly it is technically over, but I'll definitely always keep running. Not only has college running, but also high school running has just provided me with a great outlet for stress and just for a desire to work out and run free. I don't know. I love running, so I'll definitely keep running throughout the rest of my life, whether it's in road races or cross country trails races. I don't know. So yeah, it was a really great end of the season though. I wouldn't want to be with another group of girls or coaches. So
awesome. Thank you so much for being here, guys.
Reporting for Eye of the Eagle, I'm Molly Morley, and congratulations to all our sports teams. See you next year.
Favorite Christmas movie? I would have to say Elf.
Your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite Christmas song is Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. And I sing it in the shower, no shame.
What is your favorite Christmas tradition?
On Christmas Eve, me and my family will gather around in our dining room and have a traditional Polish Wigilia. It consists of 12 different dishes.
What's your favorite holiday tradition?
I would say decorating the Christmas tree.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
I'd say a Charlie Brown Christmas.
And what is your favorite holiday tradition?
Probably just, being together with friends and family every year.
What is your favorite Christmas song?
The Carol of the Bells.
And your favorite Christmas tradition?
Baking cookies.
People, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie is The Grinch.
What their favorite Christmas song is.
My favorite Christmas song is I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. In 5th grade, I knew how to sing that song or do it in sign language, so.
Welcome back to In the Spotlight with your host, Caitlin Wolfgram.
Thanks for joining us again. I've been talking with Mr. Massini, the Vice President of Student Life here at Benedictine, about his important role here at the university. But now I'm going to shift topics a little bit. So I know that we talked earlier last week, and you said you like to travel. Why do you like to travel?
Well, I have relatives in Italy, and so at a young age, I traveled with my parents and my family to Italy and visit my relatives. And had a great experience. So it's the continuing experience of having the travels to Europe, and then I continued that after college and went backpacking through that, and then also traveled through Canada with my wife, and I continued to do that with my family.
Oh wow, that's really great.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite place that you've been to?
Well, I'll continue to go back to Italy, and my relatives are still living in that area of Florence, Pisa, towns called Lucca, and so we travel there approximately every 5 years, and that's more of a vacation, but it's also connecting with family members.
That's really great to hear. I'm wondering what's the kind of difference between U.S. and Italy there?
Well, I would say, of course, there's a lot of traveling that we do, and they speak the English language there, so it's not that much trouble. But when you come back to America, it's pretty much focused on America. And when we go to Europe, there's an interest about other countries. And for us, when we're in the United States, we're pretty much just focused on the United States. They have more knowledge about the United States than we know of other countries. So from that political side, there's a big difference. But just warm and opening to other individuals is very similar.
And I know sometimes traveling, there's a lot of love for the food.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite food?
Okay. Well, yeah, I would just go back to my parents cooking. And when I say parents, it's my mom cooking. So when I say, do I go out to eat Italian food? More than likely not, because I would compare it to my parents, my mom's food, and there's no comparison to that.
Absolutely.
So if I go out to eat, it's going to be a little bit different. If it's from Thai food, I enjoy a lot, or any Mexican food or Puerto Rican food. Okay.
An important part of being a student is also traveling. So can you talk about the importance of traveling for students?
Yes. Well, that's what we encourage at Benedictine, that students study abroad or do some programs that are service projects that they experience outside their local area of Chicagoland. So we hope that our students do study abroad or outside the Chicagoland area and experience the cultures in different areas, and also broaden their own personal experience, and also to share the Benedictine experience with others. I think that's very important for our students and others.
Right. That's very true. Very, very true. Yeah. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. I really, really appreciate you answering some questions for me. If you're interested in student life, or if you have questions for Mr. Massini, you can go to his office in Kraza, or you can go to www.ben.edu and search student life. Again, I'm your host, Caitlin Wolfgram, and thank you so much for watching In the Spotlight today.
Board is one of our clubs at Benedictine, and we do
Hi, welcome to
What is your favorite song?
The Carol of the Bells.
Redo that. I forgot to say Christmas song.
Welcome to Ben News for the month of December.
Happy holidays.
Lizzie, do that?
At the end of the